Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Puck Drops here. This is Peter Fifen, of course, and because not I'm the Puck Drops here. It's on the Peter Fifen channel, but we've got your weekly football, of course. We've got the Packers and the 49ers about to snap. We also have a guest. We've got Campbell Donovan here, a good friend of the show, a good friend of the channel, to do some color commentary, and they're just about to snap the ball. They do. Aaron Rodgers, a handoff that goes maybe about 2 yards. And Campbell, I hate to throw you right into this, but that's what you got to do, right? If you're Green Bay, try to run the ball.
I mean, if you're the Green Bay Packers with the baddest man in the NFL as your quarterback, and then you got your weapon in Aaron Jones behind him, and then you got Devontae Adams who already has a touchdown already. He's Aaron Rodgers' number one guy, and it should rob us a lot in this defense.
It should also be noted that Green Bay, that San Francisco is depleted defensively. They have so many injuries. The best player in their team, I believe, Bosa. He's been gone since week 2?
Yes.
Handoff right through the middle. Packers will get a first down on that one. What a play was made by Jones again. This guy's a workhorse.
Aaron Jones. I mean, everyone's fantasy who has him on his fantasy team. He's gonna get some good fantasy points tonight. So if he keeps working up in this probably depleted Packers offense, I guess you could say, with all
their offensive line has taken some hits too, but their best offensive player besides Aaron Rodgers, of course, just scored a touchdown before we went live.
So I suggest you would see a blitz here from
San Francisco. They tried it. They throw it to Adams. Devontae Adams pushing for a first down. Looks like he'll get it. If not, second and inches.
He's going to get forward progress.
Yeah, that's what they're giving him. And he's a big body. He can catch the ball. And Aaron Rodgers doesn't do this too much. But when he does, he can beat you on the short route. He can beat you. Well, we don't know he can run around and throw like a Mahomes kind of. But he can also stand in the pocket and heave it down the field like everybody can do. But he can also stand in the pocket and just do those little short passes, and it usually works. This offense just has so much chemistry.
He can also run
Oh, of course. He has wheels. Rodgers, play action fake, steps up. There's no pass rush. Now it comes. He almost got hit. He heaves it down the field. He would have had Devontae Adams for a long gain, and Aaron Rodgers wincing because he missed that play.
He knew it. And he just blurted out a nice 4-letter bad word.
I didn't even see that. Yeah, he went there.
And if Adams gets that, he's gone. That's 14-0 right there.
I don't know if it's a touchdown. I think there might have been a man back to tackle him, but it's definitely deep. It definitely at the 9 or 10.
I mean, he only had to beat the safety coming in.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, it's about the Adams. I mean, the guy's gonna go one cut move and he's gone.
He's also very big too, which helps. Low on the play clock, they threw it over to the middle. Aaron Rodgers. Oh, and he found him, man. That was Thomas, but or not Thomas, Tanyan. But Tanyan got dumped. Campbell. He just got dumped in the middle of the field. What a hit by San Francisco.
Little WWE suplex there.
Yeah, and not a big guy either. Tanyan's a large football player, and the guy that hit him, I'm not sure. I did not see exactly who it was, but it was a quarterback. A safety. He's not a linebacker usually put on tight ends. And Campbell, I really think Aaron Rodgers should go for maybe Devontae Adams, but I think he could go for Tanyan again.
I mean,
if Tanyan runs a better route, they rush it. Rodgers goes for Adams, almost intercepted, deflected down by Mosley, and C.J. Mosley, former Baltimore Raven. That's
good defense there.
That's an interesting play. I thought there was going to be a penalty coming up against the 49ers because he did not look at the quarterback.
That's all. I mean, it's both. It's 50-50. Working in the hands.
Yeah. I mean, I had no issue with the way he was covering the ball.
No.
I had no issue with that. My thing was the fact that he was back there defending. Fair caught at about the 13?
No. Touchback.
I didn't see the ball actually went out, so that's a good play for San Francisco.
You see the replay.
I did see the replay. It was a perfect play. I did not think there was any. No, but that's what they. I don't think there was any interference, but I thought that they might have thrown a penalty flag because he wasn't looking at the quarterback. He was looking right at the receiver.
Yeah, but.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with the call, Campbell. All I'm saying is the officials usually will throw flags on things like that. We saw that happen in the Giants game.
I mean, yeah, but I thought I was grabbing on Adam's jersey right there, but I mean, it's 50-50, so.
Unless it was that blatant play that happened at the end of the Giants game where it was clearly a pass interference. If both of you guys are looking, and especially like on a Hail Mary or long deep pass, the flag should be kept in the pockets. On a play like that, I'm talking. Not like the play we saw on Monday night where the player's head was not looked at the ball. It was just he was just bumping into the receiver. Not that.
Yeah, but you can't bump into the receiver prior to the ball.
No, yeah, that should have been PI. I mean, I'm saying a play like that where the ball's getting thrown down the field, the flag should be kept in pockets. Unless you can see that he's hauling them down.
Is that the only exception would be is that if the ball's nowhere near the path of possession, it's nowhere near the receiver, and they both make contact with each other, then the flag should be kept in the referee's pocket.
Right. Hey, Josh, what's going on here? We got a bunch of people coming here to watch Green Bay and San Francisco, which, especially for us Americans, really needed that because it was a escape from all of this political garbage going on. Needed our sports back. And we also have Campbell Donovan here, who we said earlier, but he's here some more. And you would agree with that, right, Campbell? We got to have sports right now to distract us.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's been
I mean,
a crazy 48 hours.
Yeah, I mean, Josh, of course, you kind of get to escape that being from Canada, but I mean, there's politics everywhere. So to get into sports and watch sports and everything going around, it's great. And we got a good game here today. I actually want to discuss this one commercial. You know what? We'll do it at halftime because I think it might be cool. We'll do our NFL predictions at halftime, and also since I've been starting those live streams, as you guys all know, on college football, my college football team, Texas A&M Aggies, and we have an Ohio State Notre Dame fan, Campbell here. We're going to also talk halftime from college football because there are some really important games this week.
Big one for the Irish on Saturday night.
Huge one for A&M too. They play South Carolina. I will be streaming that on 7 Eastern ESPN on Saturday. Here's a run for San Francisco with McKinnon, and we had someone actually on the chat say, and the stream Campbell said that they don't think that San Francisco has a chance with Nick Mullins, that with Garoppolo out, they have no chance to win this game.
Nick Mullins is gonna be, I mean, he kicked the butt of the Giants, but that's the Giants, and then you got Jerry McKinnon, the former running back in the Minnesota Vikings.
Hold on, Mullins out there. Mullins throws over the middle. He's got a man. Pass to the 50. Going to go to the 45. Back to the 40. Makes a spin move. Not tackled down. At the 35, he's going to go to the 34-yard line. What a play. What a play there by Jones. And he made did you see that move he made on the cornerback, the safety? Campbell?
Yes.
Oh, my God. What a move.
Good pass protection there from the
great pass protection.
Offensive line.
As much as the 49ers have been dinged up, unlike Green Bay, they have drafted well, and they have had a fairly healthy offensive line. Their best offensive lineman actually is injured, but most of their offensive linemen have been able to play. They have more of a solid team. They try to run with McKinnon. McKinnon is going to get at least 9 yards, possibly a little less than that, and it'll be second and short for the 49ers.
Second and 4, probably.
This guy McKinnon, he's one of those types of players like also we have something that was said about Mullen did do well against Seattle, and that is true. But I think that was more because the running game was able to benefit against the Seahawks. They really had a good running game in that game. The passing game, no. That was interesting against Seattle as well.
Motion, the
Here's
juice.
McKinnon up the middle, and they will get a
He's
first
gone.
down at close to the
Good.
20.
Good
4:36
hole
left in
open
the
by the
first.
best fullback in football.
Kyle Juszczyk, former Raven. Yeah, absolutely. Unbelievable player. One of the hardest working NFL players right now. He's a real hard worker. And I think the NFL is one of those leagues. And it's very disappointing, Campbell, that it's one of those leagues where you don't really. I mean, you see it a few in the NBA, you see it a lot in the NHL, but you don't really get to appreciate, or it's not really noted on the hardest working of players. Here is Mullins. He'll throw it out for Juszczyk. Speaking of, Juszczyk makes a move. They actually gave first down to McKinnon the earlier play, and Juszczyk will get a few. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always look at, you watch hockey games, you go, oh, Brendan Gallagher, he's a real grinder. Look at that defensive player got whacked in the face, and this defenseman came up, and he's, he'll do anything. And we don't really look at players that are tough that much in the NFL, but that, like, the Colts first round draft pick, I always forget that, went to Notre Dame, that was the best player in the draft, their offensive lineman. He's another hard worker. He's an unbelievable Quinn Nelson, one of the hardest working players. And the NFL is not a league
offside
that gives offside call, against Green Bay. But the NFL is not a league we really talk about the hardworking players. But I think it's really important to, because you go 0-16 if you don't have hardworking players. And not to say the Jets, who are a team that may be headed that way, don't have hardworking players, but just to really look at, as it's Montrevious Adams who gets the neutral zone draw, and Neal will switch out. That hardworking players are integral to a team's success. And it's really important that a team like San Francisco has a guy like Kyle Juszczyk, even though it cost them a lot to get him from Baltimore. Mullins, under center. They need one. They do more tight end action. He play action fake. No, he gave the handoff, and going nowhere. What a tackle by Adams to just pull this play dead. And now it's not 3rd and 1. It's going to be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, Campbell.
Yeah, I think you go with play action here.
This whole play, I think, is based on I could not see the name. I don't know all the players as well as I do in the NHL, but number 89 for San Francisco, Volkner, that tight end, that was all on his. Also, they're using backup tight ends as well. I don't believe Kittle's playing. It was on him to direct the misdirection. They can't, but McKinnon is moving the ball up past the 10-yard line, and that will be good for San Francisco. Josh says, I hope the Packers win. I'm not big into San Francisco. Okay. I have the Packers hat on, but of course that's the whole thing of I have the hat on whoever I think is going to win the game. I don't really care, like or dislike either team. I don't really have an opinion in either team. They're cool. I picked San Francisco to win the Super Bowl, but I don't.
I mean,
yeah.
Not now. So.
You can say it if there's an opinion. Hit while he throws. Mullen got absolutely stacked because Green Bay brought a blitz, but Mullins did a good thing. Campbell's let the ball go.
Yeah, I know a quarterback who I like, who's on my favorite team that does not like to throw the ball out of bounds.
I know a quarterback like that. It cost him the game in almost, there was a chance, obviously, on Monday, which I was able to stream. That was an unbelievable game. I assume, of course, you're talking about, I don't want to call him dimes anymore because I don't know what type of dimes he's throwing, but Daniel Jones.
No.
They said a good thing about him, I'll tell you after this play. It's a flip for some room, a stiff arm, and thrown down at about the Packer 3. It'll be 3rd and goal. ESPN said that that you should not count him out as being the franchise quarterback for this team, but that he's just not. But everybody was saying that he is the franchise quarterback. He can be good. He can be great. He can be the franchise quarterback, but he can be. He's not right now. And I thought that was a really good
I'll say this, that, like, if he limits the mental mistakes, he's going to be fine. the 4-yard line.
Yes. And there is a
Mullen's
penalty
gonna call
flag.
timeout.
I know they called timeout, right? Yep. And that was one of those plays that, you have to snap the ball. And obviously you have to snap the ball, but sometimes you get in all these plays, you have these cadences, you have these ideas, and for a younger quarterback, they don't have that football clock in their head.
Look at that lineup. Raheem Mostert, Kevin Coleman,
There's a lot of players, and this is offensively, but to me, again, I'll say it again, Campbell, the best player on the team has been out since week 2, and that, I think, has been why this team has been devalued. Nick Bosa is the best player on the 49ers team. Mullins will throw it to the end zone. Did he get 2 feet in? I'm not sure. Yes, he did. Touchdown, San Francisco.
It's that little Greg Hopper to the Foghorn in the Bay Area.
And
touchdown.
That is
San Francisco.
That should be it. They're gonna have to look at this. They're gonna have to look at this again, but
a 1.
That knee does come down, but where is the ball? And is that completely down? I don't know.
2. Touchdown. Look at the foot.
I see the foot, but I'm not sure if that ball, if the nose of the ball is facing the out of bounds line. Because that's something that the referees will look at. They'll also look at to see if he's controlling the ball. There's a lot of things. He definitely gets this 1 foot down. This is college for sure touchdown. Now that bottom plated skate comes down as well as they're reviewing it. We'll go to commercial.
Yeah.
That's, to me, I would say, well, here's the big thing. And I think this is the reason why it will be called touchdown. The call on the field is a touchdown.
Yeah.
So there's minimal evidence that it might be not a touchdown, and it's really hard to find anyway. And the fact that the call is touchdown anyway makes it for sure that I would say that the referees aren't getting away from this call.
They're gonna look if he had total control of the ball, and it looks like somehow he might not.
Well, when that second foot goes down and the nose of the ball goes down, he drops the ball. I think what they'll be looking at is to see when he's facing the end zone and that bottom foot is going down, does the nose of the ball face the end line? Like, since he's almost on his side, since he's down, he's almost on his side and his elbow's almost gracing the turf, and that ball is facing lower. Could that be called? Would that be then down, and would the ball be on the end line? Because if they call him down on both ways, either or, since he'd be down with only 1 foot and the other one would hit out of bounds, that would also be no touchdown. There's a few things they'll have to look at.
Yeah. So they're going to look at the feet, of course, but they're also going to look at if the ground caused the fumble or it was just lodged. The receiver didn't have total control of the football and stuff. So
I really think he had total control of the ball because he only drops the ball out of bounds. The other example they'll try to make is since he drops the ball out of bounds and he's just lightly hit, not lightly, but he's not like shellacked. Could we say that since he didn't have control when he fell, that he never actually caught the ball? They'll go on that angle too. All right, the game's back. We're looking here, and the fact that the knee goes down too. But Campbell, you're saying touchdown. I'm saying touchdown.
They might stay with it.
I'm saying touchdown here. It's just not enough.
Look, the ground caused the fumble. There's not enough effort.
No. They wiped it off. They said that's no catch. They said no touchdown. That's unbelievable. Campbell, can you believe that?
Oh, it's like the Jets and Patriots a couple years ago.
The kick is good.
When that whole rule was implemented.
San Francisco kick is good. The 49ers are back in this game, but not where they would have liked to have been since they thought they had scored a touchdown. Crockraft goes to the bench thinking that he scored a touchdown, and he did not. So now the 49ers are going to have to give the ball back to Aaron Rodgers. So you had that great drive, and you felt you got robbed. Now your reward is to give the ball back to number 12 in green and white. That's difficult. The defense has to make a stop if you're a San Francisco fan.
And you don't want to give back.
Look, I hate to say this, I use this station.
Has been very angry from the past Sunday where he threw 2 picks. He threw a pick 6, and he hasn't done that in his rookie year.
Yeah. Sarah Ashley, hold on. Sarah Ashley, I know what it's like to watch the game for free, no signups. We will not do that. I have gotten in trouble multiple times, as you know, for showing the game. I would show the game, but I actually showed it on my main channel, and it got I got a ban for 90 days of live streaming on that channel. So I have to make this channel. So if you want to give, it's on NFL Network and Fox right now. If you want to give other people who are just on their computer a site, be my guest. I don't care, but I'm not going to be going on that site or showing the TV. I really don't want to get banned again. If this game is really close and it's like one last play, a Hail Mary or field goal to win it, I'll show it because it's only 15 seconds or whatever. But right now, no. Anyway, what were you saying, Campbell, about getting robbed and kicking the field goal?
Well, I mean, I'll say this.
Yeah, actually, we're after this play. I'm sorry. Handoff to Jones will get a yard, and that might be it. Second and 9, second and 8. Irvin actually, got 2.
Second and 8.
Continue.
So I mean, the whole catch rule, and of course Des Bryant caught the end zone in the divisional round, and then they said that it wasn't a catch.
Right.
And
that playoff game, that was a weird circumstance. Here's Rodgers throwing out for Adams, high ball, but Adams caught it, but immediately tackled. That's been big. That has been big because we know that this guy can make a move, and the play there is for him to catch it, make a move, and push for the first down. But they forced third down. End of the first quarter. Green Bay 7, San Francisco 3.
Yeah, like I said.
I don't believe there are fans in the stadium. I believe it's just.
I don't
cheering.
think so. I think they're only cardboard cutouts.
Yeah.
And Levi's.
And they put on cheering. They did the same thing on Monday in the Giants game against Tampa. There are no fans. I don't believe they said that there could be in the future. I don't believe there will be fans for the rest of this regular season. If the Giants do win the division, it could happen, and they host a playoff game, possibly.
No, they're not going to win the division. And
the way this division is.
No.
The way this division is, the way that one of the top teams in the division is on to their fourth string quarterback, I think they should be fine. Washington doesn't have a great quarterback, and they've got a good defense. They don't have great receivers, and Philadelphia is up and down, and they've lost to some very terrible teams. In fact, they should have had another loss, but they ended up tying to a team that has they've struggled, but they haven't been great, and that's Cincinnati, of course. So, but anyway, I don't think there will be any fans this regular season in MetLife Stadium for either Giants or Jets.
But back to what I was saying about Aaron Rodgers, you don't want to give the ball to a guy that is not in the mood for games. And Sunday,
well, they had a 2-game losing
streak,
right?
He threw a pick 6 against the
Minnesota.
Bucks.
What?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean 2 straight.
It's not even just losing to the Vikings, who have a great roster and have a great team, but have not been playing like that this year. This is their second straight loss. Now, their loss before they played the the Minnesota Vikings. I believe it was actually against a good team, if I remember correctly.
They lost to the Buccaneers the week before.
Tampa, right. Tampa's one of the best teams in the league, so that's fair. But he definitely feels like you don't want to lose, especially because Chicago's right behind them.
There's only one reason why Tampa's the best team in football.
The quarterback.
They got the GOAT.
And they've got good chemistry. I'm very surprised at how good Rob Gronkowski's been.
I cannot wait to see Antonio Brown Sunday. That's going to be something.
It is not universal NFL policy. There are a bunch of stadiums that have a lot of fans in the building. Kansas City is one. They had all their fans when they toasted my Houston Texans. I believe the Miami Dolphins as well is another of those teams that have fans. Green Bay is not. That was funny. Dalvin Cook tried to Lambeau leap and there was nobody in the seats. Rodgers throws wide open. No, he dropped it. He dropped the ball. And they're going to have to punt. Oh, wow. 3 and out. Rodgers had the pass. He had the catch. I mean, how does Rodgers not berate and throw a helmet at this guy that he just threw the ball to? This is a perfect play. He just plain dropped it. He thought about running before he caught it. He gets hit after the play. What?
Number one rule as a receiver.
Catch before you run.
Don't look away.
Well, if you hear footsteps, you got to catch before you run and get hit.
Just don't look away.
Just look at the ball. Yeah, almost dropped.
Don't look away.
That punt was almost dropped, and it almost got blocked. But it finds its way to the not blocked in the back. Almost got blocked by a San Francisco player.
No, I thought they were going to call block in the back.
Oh no, that punt, that hold, the snap was not great. He almost dropped it. By the time he lifted it, a San Francisco player almost deflected and blocked the punt. But interestingly enough, it had enough air on it to get all the way to the San Francisco 24. And it's interesting, San Francisco's already had 2 drives, and they've only had 80 total yards of offense. This is how depleted this team is. And most of those yards came on that one passing play, the play before. A run up to McKinnon, he'll get a few, and not many. He'll be second and long.
Get about 1.5. Probably.
You are right. You are right about that. With Tampa Bay, and that is a good point. That Gronkowski is older, Brady is older. That this team is not there to contend for a long time and here for the good time. But that was why they built it. This is a team that's been building, that's been trying to contend, even though they haven't made the playoffs since, I believe, 08 or 09. And they're going to be building – they're building to win the championship in the next few years. McKinnon, wow. He just ran right up the sideline for a first down. And just as he was going to get hit out of bounds, he hit a Packer out of bounds with the shoulder check. Basically, it was that vicious. This guy, it feels like if San Francisco wins this game, it's almost like how Green Bay lost to Minnesota the last time, where Minnesota realized that if they get into a shootout with Aaron Rodgers, it won't work, even though the Packers are playing badly. They got to just use Dalvin Cook. That's what the 49ers got to do. Got to use McKinnon. I'll let you talk in a minute. Here's a play action fake right over the middle, and they get the ball into Packer territory. So, Campbell, what would you think? You think they got to go McKinnon here, though, a lot, right?
I mean, the play action's working.
Yeah.
Before the good block by Juszczyk.
Did not see that, yeah. But I usually don't look at the offensive lineman, so if you catch a really good block or a really good play that, is not flashy, definitely bring it up. You can even interrupt me while I'm talking to bring it up, definitely. 12:56 left in the second. 7-3 Green Bay. He fakes the play, trying to run it over to McKinnon. Oh, McKinnon. But
that's not McKinnon.
And he was able to make a few men miss with a good run to the sideline. And Campbell, I thought that was going to be 2nd and 14.
I thought he was going to go for the end around.
I thought it was
think
second
that
and
he was
14. I thought
he
it
was
was
gonna
second
fake
and
the end around
14.
and go
I thought
for
that was
a
second and 14, just like that. The defensive lineman, Zadarius Smith, had him dead to rights. And actually, linebacker, not defensive lineman, but there was another offensive lineman on him, I think Neal, and they were never able to get the run. So the 49ers have been moving this ball well. And here's the pitch to the same man, makes a man miss. Another block. But I think a penalty is coming back up against San Francisco. That's what it looks like. It looks like, yeah, exactly, a chop block. And the referee's pointing that direction. And the San Francisco 49ers, when they moved up the first down, they were right by the Packer bench. It won't be a chop. It won't be like a chop block, but they'll call holding on the play. And yeah, I had a feeling it's holding on the receiver actually, Jones, who gets hit by his own center. So that's actually a play where that's a bad play by San Francisco. I mean, he almost gets tackles. You're feeling you want to block as much as you can, but that receiver was nowhere in the foray to make a meaningful block. And that's Jones, and Jones is the one who's been the big weapon here in the pass. This is interesting too because Green Bay knows that San Francisco is going to pass, and that's why they bring the blitz. Mullins over the middle. Oh, that would have been a tough catch. It was the tight end again, and he dropped it. So now it'll be 3rd and 16, and even if they don't get sacked, there is no chance for. Right now, there was no chance, in my mind, that they're going to be able to kick a field goal. And the ball was not deflected, but it was so close in that ball that that's not the receiver's fault at all. The glove hand of Mullins actually got deflected by a defensive lineman. That's how close they were in. Play clock's going loose. Packers look like they went early. Here's a fluttering pass, intercepted by Green Bay to the 50, spins to the tackle box to 40, and dumped at the San Francisco 42. I think San Francisco was also looking for a penalty because you watch this rush. It looks like Green Bay jumps early. And the swing move was able to sack the quarterback, which meant it was a very light throw, which was easily intercepted.
He didn't sack him.
Well, not right. Right. Hit the quarterback. Excuse me. 11:42 left. 7-3 Green Bay. Packers have the ball in 49er territory. Right. Not sacking, but he was hit. I really think, though, this should have been a penalty, and I'm not rooting for either team. I thought I saw Green Bay jump early. I thought I saw them diagnose the play a bit before the ball was snapped. The defensive end that sacked the quarterback looked like he went in on the quarterback a little too early. It's why the offensive linemen were not expecting it. It looked like he jumped a bit, not particularly sure, but it's not I mean, that's just what happens, obviously. That's not, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I get that,
but you can't call everything.
He was under pressure and it brought blitz. Yeah, but it brought blitz and then you saw the safeties and the creeping up and stuff. So that happens, and that was good defense on not prison.
That's another of those plays where it's a clear. That's another one of those throws though, where it's a clear. Yeah, that's one of those throws though, where it's a clear interception, but it's not at that point because the quarterback doesn't see him. It's another of those weird interceptions where, unbelievably, even though it's the quarterback's fault, you can't blame the quarterback because he doesn't see who's getting hit and he's just trying to get the ball out there. But the hit was so vicious that he couldn't really air it out. That's more the offensive lineman's fault than anyone else.
I wouldn't say it was a vicious hit, but
it was a vicious hit. Like what I mean by that was he didn't end his career, but when you get hit sometimes as an NFL quarterback, even from a giant player like that was, sometimes you have the ball already, you know it's coming, and you can loft it while you're getting hit. Some of the deepest throws, the guy got clocked afterwards. But this play, the quarterback had no idea where he was, saw him at the last second, tried to throw, and by that time the hit was also on his arm, which is one of the reasons. If you can affect the arm, a turnover ratio from a quarterback throwing has got to be around 35% just because defenses are so good in the NFL. When your arm gets affected, 35 jumps into like the late 70s. I don't know the exact number, but it's got to be because of how important arm, not just strength, but arm precision and accuracy is in the NFL. They do a moving running back screen. They have the screen batted down. The Packers.
Oh wow, they did not call offside on the defensive end
For Green Bay?
From San Francisco.
Oh, so this play. So back-to-back plays.
San Francisco, the end.
Well, there you go. Back-to-back plays that could have been called neutral zone or offside, the referees don't call. But on this play, they're showing the interception. But on this play, interestingly enough, they went for the screen. It was the clear motion, and nobody was there to defend it except for one player. Boy, he volleyball spiked that ball.
But now he put his hand back.
2nd and 10.
Yeah.
Here's Jones pushing for more. He got the first down. What a run. And the story of the game has been the running back. Jones snuck through and was able to push about 5 guys and had the shoulder pad eked out of his shoulder.
I gotta say, just like Gus Johnson, Aaron Jones, first down Packers.
Okay, I don't usually listen to that many NFL broadcasters unless they're team broadcasters, but yeah, definitely.
He's a legend, man.
Rodgers,
you might listen to him this week.
That's just my preference. Rodgers over to Jones. A lot of broadcasters. You're a professional broadcaster. You know that's my thing. You're a professional broadcaster. You are really good at what you do, and you know what? I may say off air like, oh, I think this person's horrible, but it's nothing about them. And maybe it's my preference of them. But if you got to be a professional sports broadcaster, you are really good. You're like a professional athlete. You're great at what you do, and people saying you suck, they can't really hack it either. So that's just my thing.
It's all about
practice, repetition, your skills.
Yes, but
everything.
It's also giving the moment in present.
Jones, given the moment in presence, will go nowhere. 49ers tackle him, and it'll be 3rd and long for Green Bay, although it looks like they're in field goal range. Deep one at that, though. It should be noted, though, one last thing on the broadcasters. I personally am I'm more of a fan of hockey broadcasters anyway. It's just my preference. I like a lot more of them than I like NFL broadcasters. That's just my preference, though. Everyone has a preference. But for sure,
well,
Gus
you know,
Johnson, these guys are experts.
Right. I mean, you know I'm all for sport, like any sport. But Fred Warner's playing like good.
Here's Rodgers out on the run, and he found.
Here he goes.
He found Irvin. They're pointing to the first down.
They're
this
not
ball looks short. I don't see any way Green Bay doesn't go for this.
Matt LaFleur.
I say they absolutely go for this, and I don't think it'll be a run up the middle. I think this is going to be some kind of rollout. He's clearly short. He is clearly short. Oh, he is clearly short. He is well out of bounds before the nose of the ball. It's clearly short is Irvin. But great job by him. I mean, it was 3rd and long.
Yeah.
And they're going for oh, no, they gave him the first down. How about that?
Wow.
They gave him the first down, and now, I think the challenge flag, it just got thrown. And it did. San Francisco is going to challenge this play as they should. And again, here's Irwin.
No way he got the first down.
Let's see. We got to see when he's out of bounds. That's what they're going to look at. They got to see if the knee's out of bounds before the nose of the ball is out of bounds. The moment the Packers went out on the
Shades
field,
of his old man.
Shanahan just flung the flag, the challenge flag, which was the right decision for him. 7-3 Packers, but they're going to review what could be more Packer momentum.
Shades of his old man.
Right.
I mean, have you ever seen Coach Mike Shanahan?
Oh, yeah. He was great. He was great.
I mean,
that's the stuff he did in Denver, too. I mean, he coached all over the place, but specifically that one.
listen, you gotta get this.
Gotta get what?
Notepad, man. Gotta take some notes.
Oh, nice.
Just like always reporters do.
I gotta tell you, I don't know if I told you stream, but I learned that the hard way. I didn't bring a notepad when I met the Capitals. I've told this stream this story, and I've told you this story. But I was just told that I was going to meet Braden Holtby, and obviously I interviewed him and told the story already. But the part of the story I didn't tell was that I was told like late to get a notepad, and I didn't even know I didn't even have a notepad. Just flung to interview this professional goaltender. No Vancouver Canuck, good thing to say. But I was flung into with no notes or anything. So yeah, reporters, like, I don't care, sports reporters, news reporters, these guys. That's why sometimes I get really upset with but the media drives me crazy, but sometimes I get upset when sports reporters and news reporters are criticized, because these guys work their tail off their whole lives for this career, and they're really good at what they do. And then they get, and it's not just politics. You saw some players will get at reporters and say that they don't know how to do their job and stuff, and it's very infuriating. I would feel.
If you ever watched
George Tortorella, yeah, well,
he's time with the.
That reporter's actually been with that reporter. I forget exactly his name is. He's been with the New York Post covering the Rangers for years and years and years. Very tenured guy. I think specifically though, it's fourth down. It's 4th and inches now, and they're going for it. I think specifically, if you remember that Cam Newton, when he was in Carolina, he criticized that woman reporter over that what he had said to her about knowing like football. That was one of those moments that you can't stop. They're going for it in 4th and inches. So here's the deal: if Green Bay converts, they'll be around. Even if they got a yard, they'll be around the 19. If not, 49ers will get the ball back. We'll see if they go run or roll out. They're moving the tight end, which probably means he'll be in the flat. Now Rodgers is motioning more to the receiver, and they called timeout. So that is the first timeout called by Green Bay. So after this timeout, which personnel gets on the field will be the personnel that will make it work. I don't think the field goal personnel would come out, but they could. It just seems right now, it's not even 4th and 1. It just seems right now, it's 4th and inches, that it's too much of a perfect scenario for Green Bay to go and get this first down, because there's a lot of things they do. I will tell you, I don't think they run the running back up the middle, and I think if they do that, it would for Green Bay to do it, it would have to be delayed. 5 targets, 3 receptions, 51 yards for Davante Adams, who's been big today. He scored that 1 touchdown. The legal one, at least. Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers rolling out. Throwing for Adams. Adams, that was a contested catch. You're saying he dropped it? He did catch it. I don't know. The official was like waving his arms like he was incomplete, but I'm not sure what that wave off was. But Adams caught that ball, and that was really close. That was a really close play. He rolled out and
into his helmet.
I think he was going to the flat, really, but they caught that. I didn't see Davante Adams' excitement on that. The 49ers caught the rollout play. They caught the flat play, so he had to do a mano-a-mano, and Davante Adams is just such a good player. 1st and 10. The first down is at the 4. They run Adams, and 49ers looked like they had picked up the ball, but actually Adams never lost it. As they were trying to tackle him, Adams was able to push in for more room. Jones. Yeah, thank you. That's horrible. Jones was able to pick up a few more yards. Adams could do it though. This guy's big and strong. He could run. They could play him a running back in a few plays. But anyway,
all you gotta do is throw a fade to Davante Adams. He's gonna go up and get it. That's all you gotta do.
Realistically, though, for Jones, that was a great run back. Here's Rodgers over to Jones again. Jones pushing nowhere. So it'll be 3rd and goal. Not third and goal. 3rd and it's basically 3rd and goal, but it's not. It'll be 3rd and 7 maybe or 6. It didn't look like he lost a ton, but They give them a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 5. And what the San Francisco 49ers don't need is what they got. They got a defensive lineman going out back to the bench, laboring in pain. Holding his back at least. Adams is out there on what could be a one-on-one. So 49ers bring out right safety help. Now it flaps out to the middle. Aaron Rodgers is going to go for Davante Adams. And he's looking for penalty flags, and he's going to get one. He completely airmailed Davante Adams, and when he made the break and the ball was over his head, I was wondering if they were going to call something. And I don't know. At this point, I could call OPI.
I don't.
It's a first down. It'll be a penalty against the San Francisco 49er defender, because I could have called that possibly a offensive pass interference, because if you see, while they're fighting with it, he stiff arms. And Shanahan does not like that. Coach Shanahan, no. It's just one of those. And I feel like he feels it's a bang-bang play. To me, I really could see this as being offensive pass interference. But regardless, they called DPI. So it's 1st and goal at the 1. Rodgers under center. Rodgers will roll out wide open. Touchdown, Packers.
Oh, wow.
Mercedes Lewis, the former Jacksonville Jaguar, has himself a touchdown here against San Francisco.
Give me the ball, look, shake, discount, double check.
Yeah, I mean, this is against some of those play organizations that never fail to make me go, what, like, how is Mercedes Lewis, who's a large football player, and I mean that in a good way, like he's a big, tall guy, how is he wide open?
I have no clue. I guess they expect the run.
Well, no, because there was a clear pass and everyone jammed Adams. I think it was just, worried about Davante and nobody following the experienced tight end. 14-3 Green Bay. The 49ers will get the ball back, but now they trail by 11.
Yeah.
All right, Campbell, obviously you're watching this on NFL Network or whatever, or Fox. I don't know if it has the same commercials on Fox, but I just saw a really weird NFL commercial that's, I don't know. Did you see it? It was the one with the alcohol, it was like Bud Light or whatever, and it was just a cardboard person from the stadium walking.
I really don't think that's creepy, but okay.
Oh, God, it was weird. It was just weird. It wasn't creepy. Like, it wasn't, it wasn't like a ghost or anything. It was just kind of like a little unsettling. I can't wait. I mean, this game is great. I can't wait halftime. Talk some NFL this week and some college football. That'd be fun, Campbell. I'm very excited for this week in college football. There's a lot of important games. Quick thing before the game comes back and before halftime, just because I want to get this one out of the way. Do you think the Crimson Tide Alabama will lose at all this year?
I mean, you won't know, but I don't know.
To me, I think the best chance will be late in the year in the Iron Bowl. I don't think they. I think that Auburn's been a very good team. I think Auburn's got a good chance to beat them.
There's no way Auburn's going to be Alabama.
Auburn's played well. No. Auburn has a good team.
I really don't think Auburn's going to be Alabama.
If you can get on them quickly, and if you can get on them quickly and really conserve the ball, that's the big thing. Alabama in the last few years I've watched them. It's not so much they score a lot of touchdowns, but they score a lot of touchdowns because number one, they're set up by their defense, and number two, the defense scores a lot of them. If you can control the ball, you're gonna have a really good chance.
Defense hasn't been really that good after years.
Their defensive statistics. Kick down to the end zone. It'll be a touchback with 7:01 in the second. Their defensive statistics have not been great, but their turnover ratio and their turnover scoring and touchdown ratio has been one of the best in the country. It's got to be up in the record books. They score a lot of defensive touchdowns.
Yeah.
Their statistical defense, has not been good as it was early in Saban's career. But I'm talking about like a pick sixes and fumble runs for like 40 yards. They do all that. And if you can really commit, this team's so good. You're going to turn the ball over. But if you can commit only, I'll say 2 turnovers. I'll even give you 2, but 2 turnovers, but probably 1, probably less. But if you can commit no more than 2 turnovers a game in that game, you're going to have a really good chance against them. That's a stop by Green Bay to force 2nd and 9. Only got a yard on that play.
But I think,
Barnes leads his defense and shifts everyone to the spot.
I think Mac Jones has proven himself to be a Heisman contending quarterback. But
for the Tide.
Got the running back for the Tide, and then of course Devontae Smith, number 1 receiver. And then of course
this is tossed over
the
for
monster
2
of a running
yards.
back.
It'll be 3rd and few. I think the Ohio State quarterback. I think the Ohio State quarterback might have a chance for the Heisman.
With Sunshine not playing against the Irish on Saturday night, of course you're gonna be wondering how Justin Fields is gonna have a field day with Rutgers and Cristiano's crew. But it's gonna be interesting. But of course that game.
I think Ohio State wins. I think they win by multiple touchdowns, but I think it's gonna be one of those games that almost picked off again, and it'll be a 49er punt, a Savage and Mullins winces that they thought that both of them should have been a turnover or would have been a turnover. But I will say that I think Ohio State will win by multiple touchdowns, but I think it's going to be one of those games. He probably gets a pick 6 too if he catches it. I think it's going to be one of those games where it looks to most fans like a blowout, but it actually is a closer game than you'd expect. I could see around 49 to 28 or something. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a blowout, but Rutgers is gonna give them.
Yeah.
And
I think the last score will probably. I think the last few scores will probably be Campbell. I think the last few scores in that game. Went right through Savage's hands. Right through his hands. 14-3 Green Bay with 5:26 left in the second. We'll be back. Commercial. I think that's one of those games, Campbell, where where the last few touchdowns or extra point or field goals in that game, even though they won't mean anything, will be Scarlet Knight points.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll really try to push and they'll really, they'll command the respect of Ohio State. Maybe they'll get killed, but I think this Rutgers team is behind. Specifically, they've been good because of what they've been doing in the pipelines to get players from New Jersey specifically.
Yeah, but if you look at it, how defense was last week against Penn State to their first game against Nebraska, it's so much more different because they got the Sean Clifford, and you saw some lapses in the secondary. But the offense, of course, has been crazy. Justin Fields and Master Trey Sermon, of course, 2 running backs, and of course Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. Williams, of course, that's gonna be the Buckeye defense is gonna be very, very interesting to watch this year because they lost a lot of guys.
Have you been
guys in the draft?
Have you been surprised? Have you been surprised at how well Rutgers has been able to do with with the pipelines in New Jersey, get guys from Bergen Catholic, Don Bosco, guys that said that they were initially going to Michigan, and going to Ohio State, going to Alabama, and getting these guys to play for Rutgers. Top recruits in New Jersey, which is one of the best states in the United States at football, or having football prospects.
Yeah.
Like Jabril Peppers went to Bergen Catholic. He's playing for the Giants. Have you been surprised?
No, Jabril Peppers to Don Bosco Prep, then transfer out Scott. Don't.
So you're not. I'm a little surprised that he was able to pick Rutgers. No offense to Rutgers, but Rutgers over Ohio State and Alabama. And
who?
What do you mean who?
Who?
What do you mean who?
What are you talking about?
I don't know the players' names, but there were players that were specifically supposed to go to some of their top players, top freshmen that they got. They were specifically go to top FBS schools, and when Shiano they picked. That surprised me.
I mean, but a lot of them are transfers.
Didn't they get a transfer quarterback?
A lot of guys were committed to Rutgers. Yeah, Johnny Langan, who went to Bergen Catholic.
Rogers throws to the ground. It's deflected.
Boston College.
Second and 10. Yeah, that's. One of the people here actually. I got a good point made here that Rutgers that they feel that Shiano really energized the team because they felt in the Michigan State game there was a lot of passion being felt the way they played. So what this person said. That the way they did play well. They had a really good game. The other game last week as well in Indiana, who's got a good team too. I mean, that was. I don't know after this play. Actually, not this play at commercial. I like for you because I have not seen the video. I'd like for you to explain me the controversy because I did not watch that game. I was streaming A&M and Arkansas, so I did not see that game. Rogers step back. 3rd and 5, pressured, Rogers throws, intercepted! He was never touched. It's a foot race to the end zone. Then he said his foot was out of bounds at some point, but there's a penalty flag on the play, and they stopped him from running. So this might be against the 49ers here. But Rogers was intercepted in his own territory. We'll see with the calls on. 12 men against the defense. Well, worse, there was a linebacker who never got off the field when the ball was snapped. If he had left earlier, the 49ers would have the ball. In fact, the play wouldn't have gone blown dead. The 49ers would have probably made it 14-10. Oh, that's a gut punch.
That's tough.
That is a really difficult play because not only would that have been an interception, I truly believe he would have been able to carry his way into the end zone. Here's a run there by Jones. And right now, I think at this point, because the Packers try to run the ball, but they have not had, as it was Williams this time, too much success. I think you got to start looking if you're San Francisco because the passes are so precise by Rodgers. You got to start looking at fumbles.
Yeah, I mean, possibly that's a thing. So,
typed in here about how Rutgers should need to find a quarterback that's a total playmaker, like a guy, like a total leader, and has a great arm like a Brady or a Manning or one of those guys. But Rutgers isn't just the way they are not going to be able to find that player unless they've found that. The only way they're going to find that player is if he's like it has to be New Jerseyan, I believe. The New Jerseyan kid who Rutgers has been talking to indirectly, because directly it's illegal, indirectly since he was like a freshman in high school, and he's just this prodigy quarterback that just wants to go to Rutgers. The only way it's going to happen. You're not gonna get some quarterback from Texas to not go to Florida or A&M or Ohio State or Alabama. It's just not gonna work that way. Maybe one day Rutgers will have that star. But they've got a good quarterback the way things are going now.
Yeah, I mean, they got that kid from
Boston College, right?
Transfer. No, yeah, but he's back up. they have another kid who's transferred from I forget. He's transferred, I think, from Wisconsin or Indiana. It's one of those two schools, but I mean, like you
Wisconsin. Yeah, that was interesting too because Indiana, they last week that was just a crazy ending. Crazy game with Rodgers. Take that shotgun snap. Rodgers is going to throw it low, and the 49ers will stop the play. So it's 49er team, and you can see because a lot of the players, even though they've been injured, that are here, there are a good amount that played the Super Bowl last year, and that should be said. Even though that they're last in the division, playing in the Super Bowl is huge. And so a lot of these players understand those impact defensive plays. Like we should have had an interception, but we didn't. We're not going to bend and break, even against Aaron Rodgers, who pumps it still. He's got to get out of there. He could still throw. He's looking for an angle too. He's going to evade a tackle, run past the first down line, and march into the sideline after a pickup as he smiles.
That's him, man. I mean, showing his stuff. Rolls out of the pocket.
I was thinking throw all the way. I was thinking got to make sure this guy can. This guy's going to try to run and throw because he doesn't like to run out of the pocket and just run for it. But if he has to, he will. And he's had some really high profile runs in his career. Right there, he gets the first down. 11 first downs for Green Bay, 5 for San Francisco. Here's a run that looked like it was successful until he got 2 yards, and then the 49ers ganged up on him with a great effort for the tackle. So get back to second down. Packers at some point, they pick up this first down, Campbell. I believe they should pass on first down because they get themselves into these second downs and third downs. They convert them, but they get themselves into these issues because they always run up the middle or do a side sweep on first down. They'll become more predictable, and then 49ers will get it. They gotta mix it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a slant might be nice. Here's a play action fake. He's got the screen. He'll go to the screen. This time not batted down. Wide open. Packers convert. So here's your gut check chance for Green Bay and for San Francisco. And interestingly enough, oh no, never mind. I was going to say that the clock would have to stop, so they'd have to play it anyway. But now the clock did not stop. So they will wait for the 2-minute warning, and then they can figure out what they want to do on first down. So the Packers will march. And they're still showing the highlight, but it should be 2-minute warning time now. And it is.
Yeah.
2-minute warning. Packers 14, San Francisco 3, looking for some more points with 2 minutes left in the first half. Right, now we can talk about it. So can you explain to me, Campbell, about the Rutgers controversy? Because they also won they didn't win by a touchdown. They won by a few. So explain to me the controversy, and maybe I'll look it up later and watch it later. But I didn't see it.
Supposedly they ran an 11 backward pass lateral, and they got to the end zone, and supposedly they didn't count because maybe someone was already down. So that's what I heard. So that's the only thing I can give right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to watch it. I'm gonna I'm gonna watch it now while we're on live. I'm gonna have it off volume, and I will definitely have to look this up because I've been hearing about it all over, and I got to see this thing. So, wow. I think I'm figuring out where they called it down. I'm watching some of those plays. They just like flip it around and then he runs for a touchdown. I think the referees, Rutgers fans will really hate me, but I think the referees got it right on that. That one player that I think that they called down looked like he was down.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. I mean, what a play to get that lateral touchdown. But, you know, if you're like this, like, you know, you had the great interception on Aaron Rodgers, who's going for it all. This is their first down play. Touchdown, Packers!
Touchdown!
Marquise Valdez-Scantling. And before the break,
Double check.
And before the break, Campbell, we talked about that the Packers, if they got a first down, had to be more unpredictable. Aaron Rodgers is probably watching this live stream right now because that's as unpredictable as you can go. From running the ball up the middle to the side to going for the heave with the corner completely tricked. What a play. And Green Bay is now up 21-3. That's another, though. That's like the last touchdown. Guy got lost in coverage. But yeah, as I was saying, it was just like the interception before where that they had one last player on the field that was not allowed. That's why I got called off. And plays just will get called off even if they're great. But here, the Packers just able to drive the ball down the field and just go for that long ball. And they have not really thrown that at all this game. But all he has to do is make the catch and backpedal in. And he scores for Valdez-Scantling. Eight plays, 87 yards, 3 minutes and 33. It's not a very long drive, but I mean, Campbell, who cares? They scored a touchdown.
Yeah. Scored a touchdown.
A good one,
all
too. Yeah. A really nice touchdown. I think they needed. They needed that. As the 49ers will try to run it up just like that. And the minute 47 left, it's 1st and 10 for San Francisco. So they talk about their halftime show. And halftime, we'll talk more about college. We will not, because this is trying to be inclusive and everything. We will not, and both of us don't want to talk about it. We will not talk about politics, but we will talk about all different types of sports stuff or really anything in halftime. Specifically, the first thing we'll talk about is Mullins' hit, and the ball was just hit the SF of the San Francisco logo, so it's really not been good for him. We'll do our NFL predictions first. Yeah, we'll do our NFL predictions at halftime. That'll be a lot of fun. There's some good games this week. New Orleans is playing. Yeah, what a hit! New Orleans is playing Tampa Bay again. This time in Tampa this week, if I'm correct, right, Campbell?
Yes.
That'll be very interesting. That'll be very interesting. That, of course, is the time where the channel know that we film our show, our radio show. But I will still be watching it. That's going to be a really fun game. Now, too, that they face each other, but Brady has a lot more chemistry, and they're also going to be more of a favored team than New Orleans, and they're home. I think that's going to impact what happens in the NFC South a lot. Because, frankly, those are the only two teams in this division that are going to win. Carolina's a good team. They could get to the playoffs, but they're not winning the South. In fact, just the way the run will go, probably the winner of this game will probably win the division. And probably have a top 2 seed. There is a timeout taken by the 49ers who were trying to get the Packers to move, and they did not. I'm sorry, Nick Mullins is not Aaron Rodgers. Not in any way, but he's not gonna, get them to move off the line. 55 seconds left in the first half. 3rd and 5 for the 49ers. They have to get to the San Francisco 35. And that's where they do go. The ball got dropped, but Jones hit the... No, that's... Really? I don't agree with that call at all. Jones's knee hit the ground long before the ball fell. He caught the ball. Or you got to look at this again. I believe that ball was caught, and then the knee dropped, and then he dropped the ball. But no, they call it. They say 4th.
No, he dropped it.
With James. James had coverage on him.
Dropped it.
Here is the punt. It will go at the 25. And
here's it.
And then, I'm just looking to see what's happening.
Then
the offense is going to be out to get out there.
Look who gets the ball with under a minute left in the running 2-minute offense.
Already up by 18 points. Are they getting the ball back?
Yeah.
Oh no. They're getting the kickoff too? So they could drive the ball down here, score a touchdown or a field goal, and then wait 15 minutes in the locker room, get it back. Rodgers is sacked. Oh, total. Ball falls out. They go for the fumble, but it's not there. It's just a clean sack. But I mean, it's not going to get you any points. But that's a great play late in. That's a great play late in the game late in the half for San Francisco. Like that's going to give some momentum to the team, even though they're losing 21-3. If Green Bay doesn't score any points before this half ends, even if 49ers are kicking it back, a sack like that late in the game, that may be the last play of the game. This is actually bad for Green Bay, believe it or not. They all try off the field. They've got the 21-3 lead, end of the first half, but the final play of the first half was a giant sack on Aaron Rodgers. That's actually going to give some momentum to San Francisco. But Green Bay does come out with an 18-point lead to the second half after that. These two big long touchdowns. First to Adams, then to Scalte Jones, and 3 touchdown passes by Aaron Rodgers in the first half. And it's 21-3, although he does suffer a sack at the end of the half, which I believe might give San Francisco some offense. San Francisco actually is getting the ball back. So we'll see how that goes. 21-3, end of the first half. All right. Just give me 1 second. All right, just going to get up the NFL. Just kind of, there's not too much to do and talk about at halftime. We'll try to be able to entertain as many people as we can as we get ready for halftime. Since we're not exactly at their halftime yet, we'll talk. I wanted to bring up something about some hockey stuff since this is a hockey channel. What did you think about the Mantha signing? Campbell.
Me?
Yes.
I think it's very good. I mean, Mantha, of course, I got to see him play twice. I think he's a very good player. Very hard-nosed hockey player.
Yeah.
And I think it's still good for the Red Wings to keep him. So that's all.
It was important. I liked it. You saw him on our Discord that we have for our radio station. I've been calling him forever this, the Johan Franzen 2.0, because he has positives and negatives very similar to him. He's not a particularly physical guy. He's a great sniper. He's great in the circle. He has fantastic chemistry with Larkin, almost like Franzen did with Zetterberg. But I this guy has to get better defensively. Has to get better defensively. There's so many times he does that. He just cheats on a play and he doesn't go back to forecheck and go back to play that type of play. And obviously, I've seen him only once. The game, you saw him with me at Red Wings Devils, but I've watched a lot of Red Wing games. I've seen him play. He had fantastic games. He had a 4-goal night against Dallas where he scored all of the Red Wings goals. He had the game-winning goal against Subban and Vegas. He's had his ups and he's had his downs. And he's got to be a lot more consistent. But you don't want that offense walking out the door, specifically because Steve Yzerman has gotten some more power players there for Detroit behind the punch. And also the fact that he was completely content in the trade deadline and in this offseason with the dollar devalued, which means you can get players for cheaper than usually, not to go after Andreas Antanasiou. So the fact that he didn't want to re-sign Andreas Antanasiou both times tells me that he believes in his guys, but he still would have to have that big-time sniper. So the reason of getting Anthony Mantha was real. Also, Gavrikov re-signs with Columbus, which a 2-year deal, which I think is pretty good for them. Let's get into NFL now, since this is right now a football thing. I just wanted to bring that up. All right. Here we go. Games for coming up. So the Sunday first. Giants Washington. Huge game in the division. Who are you picking? And score if you don't mind.
I gotta pick my boys.
Yeah.
Big Blue. I think it's gonna be a close one.
Yep.
I say 24 to 20.
I say 28-24 New York Giants. It's tough though. Washington's a good team. They're a lot better team than we thought they were going to be. Two teams that again I didn't think were going to be great this year, but they're not very good at offense at all. They're not high scoring, but they can really run the ball and they've got great defenses and they've had good records and they could legitimately win their divisions. And that's Chicago and Nashville. The Titans and the Bears.
Tennessee. I
like Tennessee too. I think Ryan Tannehill's got a bit better. I still don't believe in him, even though he's, of course, an A&M alma mater. I still don't believe really that much in Tannehill, but he has gotten better, and he's really put a renaissance up in the quarterback position in Tennessee. I would say probably for them about, I don't know, 24-17. I think it's a low-scoring game. These teams don't score a lot of points. All right, next game. If you don't want to do scores, that's fine. I can just give you the team. Next game, the two teams that are struggling and right now really watching this game between Green Bay and San Francisco at the bottom of the NFC North, Detroit and Minnesota. I got the Vikings. I like the Lions a lot, but the Vikings are a team that have a way better offense and a more complete team on paper than Detroit has, even though Minnesota has a worse record.
I think the Vikings just because Matthew Stafford is not going to be playing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they're definitely Minnesota.
He's on the COVID. He's on the COVID list.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about that with that whole pandemic is it's so weird when you think about it because he's on the list and his good buddy who he grew up with who played at his Pee Wee football team when they were in Texas, Clayton Kershaw, might be interacting closely with someone who definitely has it. That's the whole Turner debacle. We won't get into that.
Well, we already know from the Dodgers where he ignored people.
Well, I'm talking about Kershaw. We don't know if. Well, yeah, we know Turner has it. We don't know if Kershaw has it though, because he might. Because they're teammates. They partied in the locker room. Because I don't know if you knew that Kershaw and Stafford grew up together. They went to the same high school. Not even high school, elementary school. They played the same Pop Warner team. They
Played
played
in
the
high-
same
no.
little league team.
Oh, they played in high school? Dude, guess what? Matthew Stafford's quarterback, Clayton Kershaw, was his center. Matthew Stafford was.
I did not
Kershaw's
know the
catcher.
position that Kershaw played, but yeah. And I know he played baseball too, Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford was Kershaw's catcher.
He probably, with his arm strength, because he's still one of the best throwers in the NFL. A lot of people have given up on Stafford. I haven't. I really like the quarterback. He is one of those guys that, if he wanted to, before he went to Georgia, I think he got drafted, and he probably could have played in the MLB. He's not Kershaw,
Yeah,
but he's got the arm strength, and he's got the body for the game. If not in Major League Baseball, definitely in like AAA or AA. Kansas City and Carolina. Carolina's good, but you can't stop the Chief train.
No, Chiefs.
Chiefs, big, but I think it's almost like that Ohio State thing we were talking about, where Carolina actually plays a really good game, and they compete, but if you're just a scoreboard watcher, it looks like they never showed up. Probably implode in the fourth quarter, maybe a few turnovers and some touchdowns for Kansas City. Houston and Jacksonville. Houston's very good against Jacksonville, but because everything that went on today with them closing their facilities, and the fact that Houston's chemistry has just been horrible this year, I think the Jaguars will upset close at home. Probably like
I got the Texans.
30-24, yeah. I know a lot of people who are not Texans fans telling me that Houston would actually have a good year, and I tell them that they would not, and I was right, sadly. I'm picking Jacksonville there. They've won 5 straight games against the Jaguars, but the stars are aligning for a Jaguar win, which I wouldn't want.
Hey, Peter.
What?
I have to do a homework assignment.
Yeah, can you come back by all right? So I have Campbell everybody on FaceTime. So I'll close you down. Just like text me if you can text me if you can come back. If you can't, if you can't, don't text me. But if you can come back, just text me, and then I'll call you on FaceTime to come on. All right. I may see you later.
Yeah.
Bye. All right, guys. Halftime. I'll finish these predictions. Baltimore against Indianapolis. Baltimore wins a really close one. You know what? Yeah, that one. Seattle against Buffalo. Seattle beats the Bills. Russell Wilson has only lost 1 game ever in his career against AFC East teams, and he'll have some more games this year as well against AFC East teams. Atlanta plays Denver. Atlanta beats the Broncos at home. I guess Seattle, I guess it's like 31 to 21. For Kansas City, 41-30. For Minnesota, 24-3. For Tennessee, I think I said that one, right? It was like 21-17.
But democracy requires that we each be responsible. We cast the votes, we count the votes, and we respect the results. Lose that, and we lose everything. We're Republicans and Democrats who
Jacksonville, Houston, I say that's 31-30 Jags. Indianapolis, Baltimore. Baltimore 37 to Indianapolis 17. 37-17. As you said, Seattle, we said that one, 31-21. Atlanta beats the Broncos 35-24. Raiders against the Chargers. Raiders win 31-28 in overtime. Pittsburgh and Dallas. Oh, that's awesome. Pittsburgh and Dallas are playing. Pittsburgh You know what? You know what, guys? Dallas is going to upset the Steelers. The first loss is going to come in Texas to the Cowboys. Oh, you're America. You're a Raiders fan, I thought. Yeah. If the Raiders play another Thursday night or Monday night game, I'll definitely have it. Maybe later this regular season when my college is over. Oh, no, because I'll be still doing the radio show, so never mind. Yeah, if I do a Monday night or Thursday night Raider game, I'll definitely stream it, so you can definitely watch this. Pittsburgh beats Dallas. Dallas beats Pittsburgh, I would say 28-20. Also, I'm not being a Cowboys fan. I'm a Giants fan. I hate the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys more than the Steelers. I still think the Cowboys will win, though. Cardinals beat Miami 40-35. Tampa Bay. You know what? I think this is going to be – no, New Orleans beats Tampa Bay 38-34. And New England beats the Jets 28-0. We're off. And the second half kicked and returned to the 10 to the 20 to the 30, brought out of bounds at the 34-yard line. So now at the 33, they'll give them. So Packers at 20 at now that it's 21-3. We'll now have to kick off, and not now have to kick off. Now we'll have to make an 18-point deficit, a little less than that, a lot less than that. And a knockdown attempt by Smith, so it becomes 2nd and 10 again. Almost had a chance for a touchdown there as Rollins throws that and over the top of the tight end, and now we get the penalty flag. Pass interference is the call coming up defensively against Green Bay. So it will be a spot foul, and it will be a first down pickup. For the Packers, for the 49ers, excuse me. First and 10 for San Francisco at the 38. They're going to lose yards all the way back to the 35. It'll be 2nd and long. Forgive me, I'm looking for something. I was watching another live, but it went down. So if it comes back on, I gotta go. Is this a new channel? Yeah. This is a new channel. For that, Gerald, yeah, I've had that issue. Sometimes I've gotten those notifications, those girls and stuff, but I don't understand exactly what it is. Sometimes they try to use ads on there, and kind of stupid. I have to like delete, like not allow comments and stuff. But this is a new channel because when I did World Series Game 1, YouTube did not allow me to use my main channel because that is so incomplete, because there was an issue of copyright. And it's funny, it happened on October 20th, so it was a week ago. So I can't live stream. I can post videos on the puck drop series. This is a punt that will roll into the end zone for a touchback, and the Packers will get the ball back at the 25. But I can post stuff on that channel, but I cannot live stream on my main channel until it's like February something or late January. I think January 20th. I think it is. Yeah, January 20th. A commercial now. I will be able to post videos, but not stream. And it's funny because October 20th, 2019. The same thing happened to me. I tried to live stream a Boston Bruins St. Louis Blues game, not the Stanley Cup final. It was the first time the two teams had played in Boston since the Stanley Cup final, and I was able to live stream it. And then they deleted everything. They said I can't. It's copyright strike. I can't live stream for another 90 days. So it's beware the Ides of the 20th of October. It's happened a few times. So that. It still recommends you, so it knows it's still you. But I have to check that. Why would there be people using my... Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Like... Yeah, I'm confused. I'm going to have to look at that. I'm not going through the trouble of calling customer service. I do not have the time for that. Yeah, I don't see any live stream. Yeah, I just see my videos. I just see my videos. I guess... Did you click on a comment? Because I'm not live streaming. Or maybe it's just another channel called The Puck or something. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not getting involved into the politics of YouTube. My television is constantly telling me about politics anyway. I don't need to deal with the politics of YouTube. Indianapolis and Tennessee next week, the two top teams in the division. So that'll be a good game to see. We'll be able to live stream that next week. I don't know what that means. Jero, I have no idea what that means. All right, I cannot untangle these. Whatever. Here's a handoff to Jones, and then he'll get a few. It's second down. Oh. I misinterpreted. Oh, my God, Jero. Okay. After this play, taken down, it'll be third down. I completely misinterpreted what you said because I am illiterate and I don't know how to read. It's not on my channel. Okay. Oh, my God. All right. Okay. That's kind of cool, man. So right now, 3rd and 7 for San Francisco. And also, while I was looking that up, if you were wondering why I kept looking away and pulling things, I had headphones that were untangled, and I tried to untangle them, or tangled, and I was trying to untangle them, and they were complete mess. I'll have to do that later with, like, scissors. I don't cut them, but I, like, help loosen the wire with the scissors. Shotgun snap, Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers pumps. Rodgers throws long. He has a man open, Adams. Adams with a foot race to the sideline. Never went out. Now he does. They said his foot stepped out of bounds. And they say Adams stepped out at the 20. A huge pass play. Green Bay keeps on trucking. It was a stutter go, and he beat his corner. This one was the one with the dredge. The 122 had been burnt all day long by Aaron Rodgers. He's been going that side to that corner. That's how he scored the touchdown. And he almost did, but this foot right there just narrowly hits the out-of-bound line. And it's interesting, too, that the referees were able to catch it because, as specifically should be noted, it was a play where the out-of-bounds line was right by a white like shoe. All right. Rodgers steps up, pumps, fakes, throws over the middle, and the linebackers will take him down. So 10:07 left in the third. Still 21-3 here for Green Bay. Robert Saleh, not a soccer player, but the defensive coordinator for San Francisco, will be. It was not actually supposed to be a good game. It was supposed to be a good game initially, but then they said that it was not. It was going to be a bad game because of the injuries, and it started well, and now it's just completely flunked. Here's Rodgers, throws over to Adams. Adams moves, make a stutter step, spins, but the 49er defense stays there. He gets nowhere after he converted the first down. He was looking for bonus yards, not able to get bonus yards, not able to get much of anything here in this third quarter. Here is Rodgers stepping out of the pocket, throwing over for a receiver. He got him. Not for much of a gain, though. Not much yardage. It'll be 2nd and goal for Green Bay, who have moved down the field quite quickly. As has been the custom, Rodgers now 23 dropbacks, a sack, and a knockdown. Well, it just has not worked for them. Rodgers goes for a screen. Devontae Adams evades the tackle, and then the tacklers were able to converge on him as he went down at the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line for the Packers. Here is Rodgers in the shotgun. They've got everybody to the right. Now they're doing the tight end movement again. You know this is a rollout play. They stick the linebackers. He's rolling. Everyone's moving. Rodgers throws. Touchdown! To the back of the end zone. Valdez Scantling, 2nd straight touchdown in this game. has made it 28-3 while pending extra point. And that's 4 touchdowns. In the game for Aaron Rodgers. If you're counting, the record is 7. The record to beat would be 8 in the modern era. That would be the record that would be beaten. He's thrown 4, not even halfway into the third quarter. It's the Aaron Rodgers Show in San Francisco. Green Bay 28, 49ers 3. Give me 1 second. You got all headphones in the pocket trick. I was talking earlier, if you remember, about headphones that I didn't know they were. And I have now found them. All right, so now they're looking now at San Francisco. These broadcasters looking at all the injuries that have been had. Think about Kittle. You think about the best player on this team who is sent away at an injury in week 2, Bosa. You think about their starting quarterback injured. Now, the quarterback here that's been playing had a good year, had a great game against the Giants, but then again, that's the Giants, as was said by our colleague Campbell Donovan earlier. Now picked up at the 20. They'll move past the 30, and then Austin Walter will get tackled just past the 30 and out of bounds. So there will be a movement by San Francisco. Here's the pitch to McKinnon. McKinnon went the other way. Here's McKinnon up the middle. And that'll go for a bunch of yardage. And it'll be second down. Now, the 49ers did score a touchdown to tie it earlier, but they called it out of bounds, so they scored a field goal in that possession. That's been the only point that they have gotten thus far. Mullins is in the shotgun. They bring extra artillery, namely the tight end who missed his block. Then they go to McKinnon. McKinnon, stiff arm. McKinnon might have gotten there. If he did not, it'll be 3rd and inches. They're going to give them the first down. San Francisco converts. He needed every yard he could try to push at. They look at the interception that I mentally thought was a penalty, but it was not. And then the Packers went down the field. They scored a touchdown, Mercedes Lewis. That was the second of Aaron Rodgers' 4 touchdown passes. Here's Mullins. Throws, almost intercepted because the pass was close, and a vicious tackle was a little too vicious as he was throwing to McKinnon. And Jackson gets the flag after he gets tapped for unnecessary roughness, I think they're going to give him. He just suplexed him down to the ground at that point in the type of play where you're just pushing each other, you're just grabbing each other, pushing each other, and the whistle comes. That's a little too aggressive for the referee's liking. So they give him a personal foul on Josh Jackson. And with 5:50 left, the clock stops in the third, and the 49ers will get more yardage. What's really funny here is that they were trailing by 18 before with no momentum. If they drive down the field and get a great touchdown, they'll be trailing by 18 again. Here's a sack. The ball is loose. Packers say they have it. They do. So just like that, the 49ers discard the ball. Green Bay is able to come up with an interception earlier in this game, and they also come up with a fumble in this game. Straight up arm tap throw down on Nick Mullins, who it's just not working for him. Packers are going to get the ball around midfield, up 28-3. I'll still wait for this to come back late in this third quarter with the Packers going to get the ball, and Rodgers have a chance for a 5-touchdown night. Past night. So we continue to wait. All right. Rodgers in the shotgun at the San Francisco 47-yard line. 49ers break up. They make that play to do the pass rush. It's not going to work. Going at the 30, broke him close to the 20. He had Irvin at the 21-yard line of San Francisco. They move right up the field. The 49ers, I said, broke in or broke up. What I meant by that was a similar play that Green Bay tried to run, that Green Bay ran earlier on defensively, where the rusher went up really quickly, almost to the fact that it looks like maybe he was offside. He was not offside, but maybe where it was a really quick rush, and that Green Bay wasn't going to get the ball off. They weren't going to get the play off. They did. Quick throw to the side by Adams. Davante Adams trying to use a screen and a block. He'll get both, and he'll get to either the first down or close. They're going to give him the first down. Green Bay domination. And you ask if Aaron Rodgers still has it. He absolutely does. No Dexter Williams. No Jared Alexander. No Chris Barnes. No Buck Derry. A lot of players not playing here for Green Bay. It's not really mattering. They're beating up on a depleted San Francisco football team trailing their division. Here's the run up the middle past the 10. And for a first down, it was the second and one that did not give Adams the first down. So now they get the first down. Now it's first and goal. 3:57 left in the third quarter. Green Bay 28. Only a field goal for the home team. The great Dallas Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman just said that the Green Bay offense is kind of doing whatever they want. That's true. They have so many playmakers. Davante Adams, you think about what they want to do. Here's Davante Adams, made a move. Adams looks for the goal line, does not get there, but he gets a ton on the play. It's either going to be second and goal from the 2 or second and goal from the 1. I think it'll be from the 2. And we'll see if they go for the run here. Probably will. They did have a bulkier tight end, though, that just went off the field. One touchdown for Adams. Last week against Minnesota, their second loss straight and their second loss of the season, he scored 3 touchdowns despite a loss. Right now, though, they're in total control. Here's the handoff up the middle. Stopped short. I think he's short. He is short. Down at the 2 or the 1, possibly the 1-yard line. San Francisco just can't get the ball into the end zone off the rush. Urban was that close, but here comes third and goal. Close in. We'll see what they do. I could see a Rodgers run here. I could see it. Here comes the play call. They don't get it no matter how they don't get it, and there's no penalty. You know that. They're just going to kick a field goal here. No reason to try a 4th and goal touchdown. It would blow San Francisco out, but you don't want to rub salt in a gigantic chasm of a wound. And now the flag comes out for delay of game. Now I'm probably for sure that they don't run it here. There's no delay of game, actually. Packers were able to get a timeout off because I was like, Aaron Rodgers never usually risks delay of games. And he doesn't. Timeout with 2:07 left in the third. They have like a 30-second commercial. We'll be right back. And how funny it's one of the Aaron Rodgers State Farm commercial. Aaron Rodgers showing off an arm in the commercial with his dog, and possibly he could be showing off his arm to Davante Adams in 30 seconds or another Green Bay Packers football player into the end zone for a score. It would be his 5th toss for a touchdown all night. Very interesting to see players on the bench for the NFL face mask on, but that's what they do. Usually you take your mask off you take your helmet off when you're on the bench in the NFL. Like in the NHL, we saw players still with their helmets on because, you get on whenever you want, whenever you can on line changes, on shifts, where NFL players usually they'll have certain times they play, so that wasn't the case. So that's the reason for the actual outbreak masks. Here's Rodgers rolling out away from a sack. Rodgers will throw out of bounds. Clear from the receiver. No penalty flags on the play. It'll be 4th and goal, and this will probably bring up the kicking unit for Green Bay. So here comes Crosby. Nine of 9 this season. He's hit a 52-yarder. This is a 19-yarder. Crosby scores! And it's 31-3 in favor of Green Bay. So 2:01 left in the third quarter. Green Bay up by a ton. We'll be back soon for this game. And definitely not that greatest of a game, just a crazy game. How close it's been. Now 49ers will get the ball back. It is Mullins. So it will probably be the last string of plays in this drive until we get into quarter number 4 with the 49ers. I mean, it's a blowout right now. If they want any semblance, like anything of coming back, they're going to need a score in this third quarter, or it's really all over. Mullins handoff. McKinnon is really – he's gone. McKinnon goes down. A big loss. Mullins under center. Mullins pressured. He'll throw to James. James makes a move past the 50, past the 40, past the 30, past the 20, past the 15. Acting down at the 15-yard line of Green Bay. So the 49ers needed their big play. They get their big play, and also he went out of bounds at the 15. He did not get tackled in, so the clock stops with the 49ers now facing a first down that the marker is at the 5, at the Green Bay 5. So now the clock will move, so now they get their chance. Again, for me, San Francisco, they're kind of making their way to the line. They got to get a score here. If they're on the way, they've got to get a score here before the quarter ends. Here's Mullins, a pitch to McKinnon. McKinnon, good blocks. McKinnon took a hit, and then he got in close. Now a flag comes. And a hold against the offensive line. It's against Mike McGlinchey, the second-year man. And he hits Gary. That's Gary, and Gary not able to come through and make the tackle because he was blocked in the back, held by Mike McGlinchey. Mullins, straight drop back, throw into the middle. And he'll have a target for a few more yards. It'll be second down. And that's going to end the third quarter. So they don't get a score, but they are in the red zone. Second and, I want to say, 13 or something like that in Green Bay territory for the 49ers into the third. Green Bay 38, Green Bay 31, San Francisco 3.
Complimentary bottle. Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics by texting off 2321321. Its unique formula is powered by Testosterone, a packed in key ingredients clinically researched to help them get stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passion-packed. Off 2321321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenics Total Peak. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenics Turbo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, helping us back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's BUS 2321321. You hate coming home to a dark house and leaving lights on all night, drives you jelly bills out of sight. With the Villain Home Biotic Spotlight, the outdoor motion sensor light that turns on, the instant motion is detected and turns off when the motion stops. Biotic Spotlight is solar powered, so there's no expensive wiring or batteries.
We are still waiting right now for this have to come back.
Here's how to order. Call 1-800-786-4057 or go to bionicspotlight.com. That's 1-800-786-4057 or order online at bionicspotlight.com.
All right, now there's a pass down the middle that got incomplete. Taylor was not able to catch it. It'll be third down. Off the hands of Taylor, covered. They're in third down, 3rd and 10. 14:57 left in the fourth. Mullins in the shotgun. Mullins, they do a curl. He throws over to James. James evades a tackle. James is down short of the marker, but you got to go for it. If you're San Francisco, they have every opportunity to go for it. He's definitely short of the fourth down marker. You cannot kick a field goal here. If you're the 49ers, you got to go for this. They're going for it. Packers quickly get off the line. Mullins tries for the fourth down. He's brought down. He is brought down. He is sacked. And the 49ers get no points. They cannot convert the fourth down, and the Packers will take over in their territory. And he went high, was not able to go through. The Packers stop him, and they'll have the ball in their territory, still up by a ton. Still waiting, of course, for this. Okay, we'll come back. All right, we're back here. They stack the box offensively and defensively for the 49ers and for Green Bay. Here's Rodgers under center. Handoff. Right up the middle for Jones. And the 2nd and 6 now. As he gets 4 yards on the carry. Here's Rodgers in the shotgun. 2nd and 6. Rolls out. Throws. Screen. And tackled down. The 49ers force 3rd down for about a yard. It'll be 3rd and 5. San Francisco has Green Bay deep in their own end. They're going to need a timely turnover here, a timely stop. 254 passing yards by Rodgers, 151 by Mullins. And Rodgers has not turned the ball over. Mullins has. Rodgers throws deep. Can he find Adams? He finds Adams. Adams at the sideline. They say he stepped out of bounds. Adams for a big first down. Devontae Adams beat a few 49ers, and the Packers move the chains. And they had man coverage with Adams, and Adams beat him clean, just straight up. Aaron Rodgers under center. At the 45, handoff to Jones. Jones pushes close for a bunch. It'll be second and short. And he got way past midfield, too, for the Packers. $11:46 left in the fourth quarter. Green Bay 31, 49ers 3, and the Packers are marching. Here's Jones right up the middle and right past the logo, all of the logo, and it's a first down for the Packers. It was Irvin, not Jones. Irvin with a great run up. 4 touchdowns, 24 of 30. No interceptions, and he's a yard away from a 300-yard passing night for Rodgers. Rodgers handoff. Adams going nowhere. Jones going nowhere. Jones. So it'll be second and long as he lost a ton. The 13th run on the 18th touch of the game as a running back play for Adam Jones. Here's Rodgers' handoff for Taylor for a few yards. And it's third down as he got 9, so it makes the first down opportunity easier. Not sure if they're in field goal range as they show the 4 touchdowns by Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, you can get 5 if they continue. This probably the best of all. Just a heave-ho past midfield. Also, the last 2 have been from the same receiver, so the Whiteside. So it has been 3 different players catching touchdowns from Aaron Rodgers. And now a timeout is called by the Packers, the second timeout of the half. Usually isn't good this early on in the fourth quarter, not even fully midway, but it's okay because it's 9:31 in the fourth, and it's So now, wait.
Dominate your fantasy league. Our experts have the insights to give you the winning edge. He's got the skill. He's got the speed. The code is Microsoft NFL Fantasy Live. Tomorrow at 6 on NFL Network. Thursday night football on Fox. It's a battle for the top of the AFC South. Derrick Henry with a touchdown. Philip Rivers meets Indy as he sets up the throw.
Show some highlights and we'll be right back from the timeout. Rodgers in the shotgun. 3rd and 3. Aaron Rodgers will throw the pass and he'll get it to go to the running back, Jones, and that'll actually be the pass that gets him over 299, 305, 6-yard pass, 305 passing yards. Still in the fourth quarter, still 9:13 to go for Aaron Rodgers in this game. Here's Rodgers, handoff. There's a penalty on the play. Might be against Green Bay. It's Jones for some yardage. We'll see what they call. An illegal formation penalty against the Packers and against Elgton Jenkins. .8:30 left. Rodgers, 1st and 15. Rodgers handoff. Jones, nowhere. And then he got up, but then he was said that the knee went down, so that will stop the play. Here's Rodgers over to Jones. Didn't get too much. And then that was all that he could have had there. Here's Rodgers in the shotgun. Fakes it. Gives to Irvin, going nowhere. Now the 49ers, with that stop, are going to force a long field goal. Crosby scores! 34-3, Green Bay. That should wrap it up. 6:15 left in the fourth quarter. Excuse me for that, sorry. The Packers lead by 31. Just over the edge by Crosby. We'll be back from commercial. Sorry, guys. I was just looking at something. So we will just a kickoff that went off the hands, I guess, and whatever. I don't know. Sorry, I was distracted with something. Mullins hit while he throws and thrown over the middle. He's got a target who gets to like the 30, the 44. Mullins in the shotgun. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. Right over the middle, take a few yards with them, and it'll be third and 7. I'm very tired here. Here's Mullins over the top. He's found James. James and the defender went down. James will walk into the end zone for the first touchdown legally of the day for the Niners. There was 5 minutes left in the quarter, left in the game. All right, I'll see you, Joe. I walks into the end zone. So that'll do that. So still waiting. 5 minutes left. And kick to the back of the end zone, touchback. And Rodgers is actually out now, so they don't run up the score. They don't try to get him more touchdowns. They've got Boyle. So who would have come in today thinking that not only would the Packers dominate San Francisco, but they would have gotten them so bad that for the first time all year, Tim Boyle is going to play quarterback. That's how bad they've got him. Run up the middle, pushed for some yardage, and that'll be about it. '49ers are starting to get their passing yards up, 228, but they still are trailing at 294 in passing yards. Packers just run the ball here, handoff, and 49ers have all 3 of their timeouts. Let's see when they use them. This clock will tick past 4 minutes. Boyle under center, handoff. And it's Levitt, and then it's 4th down. They'll let the clock run out. Here, we'll see how deep they can get it. Scott will punt this, and it'll go to 15. That's some good running, but he couldn't even get to the 25-yard line. So 2:39 left. The 49ers will have as many plays as they can muster until a 2-minute warning. Shotgun snap for Mullins. He'll throw the screen. Loose there, and it stays in bounds as well. Second and 1 for the Niners. This will be, they don't even have to snap it, but they do the final play until the 2-minute warning. Here it is. 2-minute warning, guys. 1st and 10 for the 49ers. They picked it up. 2-minute warning. 3 timeouts for San Francisco. 1 for Green Bay. And Green Bay is up by a ton. I guess they're not going to commercial. I thought they initially were. They are not. They right back like that. That was interesting. I guess if you're up by a lot, you can forego the 2-minute warning. I don't really know how that works, but it doesn't matter. Mullins, shotgun snap, throws over the middle. James took a big hit, but he was able to dive forward for the touchdown, for the first touchdown. That would have been huge. For the first down. Clock will move. 34 points tonight for the Packers. The most they've had in nearly 8 seasons. Here's a run that they'll stay in bounds. The Packers, after the play, the ball was loose. We'll see if they got it. They said that was a legal play. Yeah, it's legally theirs. It's a fumble, but knee went down first. So, no, it's not. I misread the date. Not 2012. I don't know why I said 2012. No, 1959. That was the last time that they scored over 34 points against not over 34, or had were won by 34. One against had 34. Read it long. Anyway, a sack by the Packers will continue the rush, but a flag comes down. Against Green Bay, it was a helmet to initiate contact, but there's like 40 seconds left in the game. It won't matter too much. We'll see if they put more clock. Yeah, that was a bad play by White. You would have had him dead to right sack anyway. No reason to do that. They'll stop the clock with 44 seconds. It's first down for the Niners. Mullins is still out there. He did not go to the sideline for any type of. They bring him back to 50 seconds, actually. That's what's on the clock now. 50 seconds left. Mullins quick screen. James will turn towards the sideline, and he'll get shoved out, but the official gives a signal that we're going to let the clock move. And now the timeout comes. Or not. Or no, they just corrected it and said that he did fall out of bounds. No, the timeout does come. It's very hard to see because of the angle on the screen. But they will call the timeout. 2nd and 6 now. Mullins will throw over the middle, and they'll get a first down. 49ers will still stay in bounds. Now, if they want to, the game can end just like this because there are less seconds in the game than there are in the play clock, but they're losing. You never want to just kneel down and lose. Mullins out there, throws incomplete. That'll stop the clock. It'll be 2nd and goal with 15 seconds remaining in this game. They scored 1 legal touchdown today, 2 touchdowns, but the first one was not illegal. It was a knee down when then the ball went out of bounds, or you heard that one. That was at the beginning of this. See if Mullins can get this team into the end zone again. It'll be a 2nd touchdown pass of the game. Mullins throws wide open. McKinnon has to make a move. McKinnon close to the end zone. He did not get there, and then he was pushed out of bounds, so the clock will stop at 3rd and goal. They got to get into the end zone. At this point, if they don't get in and the clock is stopped or a timeout is called, I think they should go for that last fourth down play just to see, almost like how the sack ended the half. You guys get humiliated, but San Francisco, you end the game with a touchdown. It'd be really epic for their team and their organization, their mantra. The next week is the run in. That'll be a touchdown. San Francisco. They get it with 4 seconds left in the game. So an extra point and a final kickoff. And that should do it. Maybe not a run back. But we'll see. Handoff to McKinnon. To Jack. That should help them get to it. Packers replace players. And now they reset. Final timeout called by Green Bay. Again, not necessary. Really don't know why they called one. But here's the extra point. Here's the extra point. Is good. Now it's 34-17. Still will be a Packers win, but so Green Bay still just awaiting this. Not particularly sure what's happening right now. There are only 4 seconds left in the game. Here comes the kickoff. I think Rodgers was talking to the coach. He might have been saying, hey, let's just get out. Let's just get out our guys just to return this and just to let this game go away so we don't have to worry about it. It's a squib kick, so we'll take it at the 30. He'll take a knee down with time left. He didn't want to take a tackle. If he had run a little more, the game would have ended. But so one final snap will completely officially end this game. It's not official. The Packers are not 6-2. The 49ers are not 4-5. But it will happen. And here's Boyle for the final snap of this Thursday night game. The final kneel down, and it's over. It's finally over. Green Bay 34, San Francisco 17. The 49ers fall to 4-5, dead last in the NFC West. The Packers reclaim their lead in the NFC North, fully reclaim it with a 6-2 record. One of the best teams in the NFC, one of the best teams in the NFL. And they are on their way here. 34-17. I will see you guys next this coming Monday. Actually, I'll see you guys on Saturday for Texas A&M and South Carolina game, and then on Monday for New York Jets and New England Patriots. Good night. Happy hockey, everybody.